Today, I'm going to walk you through a baby registry. I created this myself. It is only 15 items. This is the bare minimum. If I can only put 15 items on my baby registry, I think these are the 15 I would probably go with. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first item is sleepers. All right, basic sleepers with the zip, with the footies attached, and with a cuff for if they're scratching their face. I would get these, and obviously I only put it on here once, so it counts one time, but I would get these in multiple sizes for multiple ages. And the cuff sleeve is especially important for newborn. Beyond that, you start to not need it. Go basic. If you notice, these are pretty simple sleepers. Gender neutral's always great and always a bonus. So sleepers would make the list for me. I would also get a lot of baby clothes from hand-me-downs or thrift stores, okay? But it's always nice to get a little something new for baby. The next item is a bathtub. Now, you don't have to have this, but for my minimal list, I am suggesting it. But what I'm not gonna suggest is towels or washcloths. They can just use what you already have, but having a baby bath can be really nice just for somewhere to put them, bathe them. This bath is collapsible. You could do it on your kitchen countertop. You could do it in the tub. It has options. I like that, again, it's gender neutral. Honestly, babies are really hard to bathe. I mean, you can take them in the bath or the shower with you, but they're wet, they're slippery. Having a small tub is really nice. So for me, I didn't get this bath specifically. I got the Angel Care Bath Support. I don't think I would get that one again. I think I would go with something more like this. Get the tub, skip on all the bathing accessories, okay? Okay, now we're gonna keep it real and practical just for a second here and say we want some wipes. I don't care what brand you get, that is completely up to you, but if you have a small baby registry or you're trying to get those essential items on there first, wipes. For me, that is 100%, unless you're gonna cloth diaper, but if you're going disposable, you want wipes. Next, I included disposable diapers. Again, if you're going cloth, you do you, but if you're going disposable, I recommend diapers. We actually loved Huggies. We did not love Pampers. Now, sometimes if you have a boy versus a girl, that makes a difference. Also, you're gonna get newborn, you're gonna get size 1. The size that I recommend that you get, or you maybe ask for or recommend to people, is size 3s. In my experience, nannying, daycare, raising my own children, they stay in 3s usually for a good amount of time. I don't know what it is, they slow down on their growth right when they're in that window. So 3s are always my recommendation for parents. Also, you don't wanna get 4s and 5s because you're storing them like for years, months, however long. 3s are the sweet spot where you've run out of all the newborn diapers that people gifted you. Things are maybe starting to get more expensive with possible formula or starting daycare. Having some size 3 diapers that you can go grab out of your closet is so nice on your budget. Definitely recommend size 3, but you can put all the sizes on there. You do you. Unless you're doing cloth. Again, if you're doing disposable diapers, you're 100% going to use these diapers. I like items on the baby registry to be 100% guaranteed I'm going to use them. Not a, well, maybe we want to get this item in case they like it or in case they get sick and they need it. I like guarantees, all right? So if you want help making sure that your baby registry is focusing on the guarantees, I do this for other people's registries. I provide this service to you, and if I help you make a couple right choices, the reward for the investment is totally worth it. So what you need to do is go down in the comments and comment, tell me more if you want to learn more about what I'm offering, okay? Or if you want your baby registry to get reviewed just like this. Moving right along. Now this item is not 100% essential, but if it were my baby registry, I would do a diaper caddy. I love a diaper caddy. I just think it helps keep things organized in baby's room. It also later in life can become something else. Like for me, if you have baby girls, even baby boys, it could be something you put in the bathroom on like a shelf in the closet or something, and it's hair care. All right, I like items that have the longevity. They have a use now, but they also have a use later. Okay, don't just focus on the newborn season. And along with that point of not just focusing on the newborn season is this booster seat. So this isn't the exact one we have. I cannot find the exact one we have. We bought it off like Marketplace for like 10 bucks, which a lot of these items and other items that I'm not putting on this baby registry, look on Marketplace. Look for it used, okay? This is an item we were very comfortable purchasing used. It's easy to wash up, no big deal. But I put it on here because I think it's an awesome item to have. You don't need it for a newborn, no, but by 6 months, they might be dabbling in baby food and you could use this for years to come. I like the booster seat style that straps into a chair in your kitchen. I don't like a freestanding high chair. To me, it's a large item in your home. They're more expensive and not as functional, I guess, in my opinion. You can put them at the table with you. You can take off the tray. You can put on the tray if maybe they bang your table. You have options, okay? That tray can also store away nicely. I love a booster seat like this, and I would not recommend anything different. Okay, so for me, this is such a win. Not just a newborn item, but it is an item you're going to use for quite a while. And yeah, I think it's a winner for the 15 item max that I'm putting on this baby registry. This makes the cut for me. Next, let's get a little techie. So I went ahead and put a baby monitor on here. We use the Vava. We have 2 cameras that go to 1 screen. The only thing I would say is it doesn't do a split screen. Now, our version is over 5 years old, so maybe the newer versions have. What I recommend you look for is a screen that's 5 inches and it can do a split screen, so you can see 2 different cameras. That way that if you have 2 children, you can have a camera in each of their rooms and see them at the same time. That is my recommendation. The other thing to look for is, do you want it to be connected to the Wi-Fi or not? Ours is not Wi-Fi based, so you have to be close enough that that antenna is picking it up. We can't go out on a date night, be at a restaurant, and have like a babysitter at home. We can't check the monitor on our phone. There's no Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so pros and cons if you are for Wi-Fi or not for Wi-Fi. The Vava is something we've used, and ours is still working after 5+ years and 2 children. So that's why I do recommend it, but to each their own. I will link all of these products in the description, of course, and probably in the first pinned comment. So look for that if you want these items specifically, okay? And if you're interested in checking out some more items, I've got a ton more on my channel of baby registry reviews going over different items. Okay, we're gonna go from big and tech to small and simple, just basic pacifiers. Pacifiers are not something you wanna buy used or even get hand-me-downs because of mold and just nastiness. So pacifiers for me makes the list. You might not be a passy family, you might be one. We were passies in our house and that worked for us. So I would say put pacifiers on your minimal baby registry list. To swaddle or not, that is the question. I did swaddles and I would recommend getting hand-me-down and used swaddles, but sometimes the Velcro doesn't stick as good. So I would get some new ones as well. Try to find affordable options. Don't go for the $90 single swaddle. Like this is a 3-pack for $22.99. As long as it gets you through the window you need it, that'll be all right. They come in different sizes and they do outgrow these things pretty quickly, unfortunately, and they can get very costly. So up to you if you want to swaddle, but if you're going to, I would recommend putting it on your baby registry. Next, let's get into larger items. So I recommend a crib. I would suggest skipping the bassinet. That's just me in my opinion. Go straight for the crib. Now, I did not put a crib on here. I only have 15 items to put on this baby registry. I would buy a used crib, but I would buy a new mattress. If I had to make that call, if I'm on a tight budget, whatever my situation is. And then in addition to that, you're gonna want mattress protectors and sheets, which you could buy used and wash up. Okay, so up to you. If you wanna add those on as well, go right ahead, of course. My recommendation, buy a used crib, don't get convertible. I have a whole spiel on that. That's for another day. Buy a new mattress, get 2 mattress protectors, and I would recommend getting 3 gender neutral sheets. Babies can have blowouts and they can get the flu, vomiting, spit ups, all the things. So I do recommend 3 sheets so you can change those out as needed in a not so great situation. Now, are you looking to breastfeed or not? That is completely up to you and you're gonna need different items based on that. So if you're going formula, you need bottles on your baby registry. I, however, was a breastfeeding mama. So for me, the one breastfeeding item that I needed was a nipple butter, nipple cream. Okay, that helps you get through those first weeks. You don't need a ton, just a small little thing of it. I didn't pump a lot. I didn't use a nursing pillow. I had a nursing cover that I got secondhand, and things like burp cloths, you can go secondhand on those as well. You could also just use your dish towel out of your kitchen. Not everything has to be curated perfectly for baby, okay? You can make do. So this would be my essential. And that's it. That's all that I have on here for feeding a baby. Now, you're definitely welcome to more items, of course, but I was keeping this as minimal and small as possible. Now, because I only have 15 items on here, I made sure to do the travel system. Now, I do actually own this one, the Graco Fast Action Fold Jogger Travel System. It came with an infant car seat. It came with a single car seat base, and it came with a jogger stroller. We've loved it, okay? Not everything about everything is perfect. Like, it doesn't hold your phone good and certain details like that. But I wanted a jogger because this thing can go to the apple orchard. It can go to the park. It can go through grass. It can handle being off-road. I don't run. I don't jog. That's not why I got a jogger. I got it so it can go wherever we want to go. I got it also because if you get a big jogger stroller, your infant can't ride in it unless the car seat clicks in. So this car seat would click in, baby's facing you, and it fits from day one. So I could use a jogger stroller with a newborn baby. That is why I got this. You obviously have to have a car seat if you're going to travel with your baby. The stroller isn't necessary, but for me, I did want a stroller, so that did make my minimalistic list here. And then the one car seat base was great. I actually paid for 2 additional ones because at the time we had 3 vehicles we were working with. And so, yeah, we made that work. Now, I will say the price has gone up. I believe when I purchased this, it was in the mid 300s. Life is getting so expensive. All right. You want to make the best purchases you can for your baby, and you don't want to mess up. You don't want to get this and then later be like, maybe the Duna would have been better, or the Uppa Baby. You want to maximize your purchases. Okay, so if you want a consultation with me, again, in the comments, say, tell me more. We can talk about my services, what I offer, and how I can help you maximize your baby registry in this rough, very rough economy of raising children. All right, jumping right back into it. We're going to get practical. I put hangers on here. A lot of people forget things like hangers and hampers and even just like bins of organization for in the bathroom, for in their dresser. Totally up to you. I hung a lot of my baby's clothes. We didn't really utilize the dresser. That was used for other things. So for me, I wanted hangers. I would recommend getting quite a bit. My reasoning for this is, are you going to have a second child? And if they're close in age, like right now, I have 2 children. They both use the kid hangers. So I maximized my baby registry with my first to get enough for my second. Like that's the goal sometimes. Don't tell your guests that you're buying for your future children, but in your head, they might go, that is way too many hangers. And really you're thinking, I'm gonna have more children. They're gonna have a closet too. So consider what you're gonna do as far as clothing storage. Consider throwing a hamper on here as well. I didn't put a hamper on here. I was limiting myself to 15 items, so that did not make the cut because you don't have to have a hamper. But I did feel like I needed hangers. So hangers made the list. All right, don't forget to be practical and organized when it comes to baby. Let's jump back into tech. I put the Hatch Rest Baby light and sound machine. We love ours. This is our kids' alarm clock. You can use it when they're itty bitty for just a night light or a white noise machine. As they get older, you can teach them what it means. So for us, red means sleep, green means wake up. When they were in the crib, we trained them to this. Every time before we went in to get them up in the morning, we turned it green on our phone. And so then they knew green meant wake up. Transitioned one of them already into a big kid bed. They don't leave their room. They stay in there unless they need a potty or they are sick with the flu. They don't come out until that light turns green. They're trained. It is like an alarm clock. It's an amazing item and you can utilize it how you want to. The key is to be consistent and to use it in a consistent way in your household. All right. It is amazing, honestly. I love it. And I'm not a techie person. I'm not a gadgety person. Technically, do you need this to raise a child? Absolutely not. But for me, it made my list of 15 items. So that should tell you something about it. If you want to look into it more, I will leave all the links in the description, as I've said. Okay, next I put the diaper bag. Now, I was a little iffy on this one because I don't even use a diaper bag anymore as far as my day-to-day. So with my little ones, I did use a diaper bag. Of course, every new mom does. Over time, though, it turned into this bulky item. And for me, it was a struggle because I'd be like, do I put my wallet in the diaper bag? Do I carry a separate purse? I always struggled with finding the balance on that. You know, crossbody, fanny pack, wristlet. What do I do? Okay, where do I put my keys? Do they go in the diaper bag? Do they go in a purse? I just never quite figured it out. So over time, we evolved out of using the diaper bag for my everyday in and out. It stays in the car now. So it used to go into church with us, or it used to go into a restaurant with us when they were itty bitty. As they grew up, we no longer needed to take it in. They don't need as many things, and we don't take toys everywhere we go. We don't take snacks everywhere we go. So now we go in a restaurant without the diaper bag. But what we do is we keep it in the car full time, fully loaded. So it does have some medication in it. It has extra clothing in it. It has extra diapers if you're in a diaper phase. We've moved on from that a bit. And it's got things like extra pacifiers, burp cloths, nursing cover. Whatever you need, you can store it in the car. And as my kids grow up, it's going to keep staying in the car. It's going to keep their extra clothes till who knows how old they are. All right. So a diaper bag can be a great item. It could be a skip. I went ahead and put it on here though, because I do feel like it is a very common item that you would still put on a minimalistic baby registry. All right, so that is it for today. That is my minimalistic baby registry with only 15 items on it. That is what I would put. I'm going to have that list linked in the description. And again, if you want to work with me to curate your baby registry, make it as practical and as useful as possible, comment, tell me more, and we can talk about your baby registry. All right, until then, check out some more videos on my channel and have a wonderful day.